Hey everyone. So I am 6 months into my own sourdough journey. I did make my sourdough starter Blondie from scratch, but I have also been gifting her to some friends. So if you are someone who has been gifted a sourdough starter and you are like, what do I do? How do I keep her alive? This is for you. So first I want to talk about what kind of jar. You can put her into any kind of jar. A lot of people have these canning jars at home. I did start out with one like this and it was fine. I kept Blondie alive. She thrived. It was okay. It was just a little bit of more work for me because when I would go to discard her or bake with her, the starter would get stuck right here in this little lip, okay? And so then I had to take my spatula and really scoop into there to get it out because you don't want any left over in there or else you are at risk for mold forming, and that is one way to surely end your sourdough journey abruptly. So I finally bought these great jars. They're Weck jars. My favorite thing is that the sides are straight, so there's nothing that it can get stuck on when you pour it out, okay? It also comes with this handy lid, and this little silicone piece here, I discovered the hard way, is so that it does not get stuck. One time I tried putting it on without the silicone piece, and there was just a little bit of starter left on there, and it was so stuck like cement, and I was like, and I didn't want to break the lid, so that was tricky. I did get it off eventually with some warm water, but that is what I have found this silicone piece is great for. It has never gotten stuck when I've used it. It also comes with clips, so if you want to store it in the fridge for a week and then only have to feed it a week, once a week, then you could just use these clips and then it keeps it airtight in the refrigerator. So it's a great jar to invest in if you are serious about getting started with sourdough. Now, when I gift to people, I usually give them about 100 grams, which is what's in here. This jar is 475 grams. So when I go ahead and turn on my scale and I put it on without the lid, it is about 575 grams. So when I want to feed her, all I have to do is give her some flour and water, okay? So I'm zeroing out my scale, and I use the King Arthur all-purpose organic. You can use any all-purpose flour as long as it is not bleached. It has to be unbleached. So I am dumping in 100 grams. Now, if I go over, that's no big deal. You just don't want to go under because you want to have at least a 1:1:1 ratio, which means if you start with 100 grams of starter, then you want to do at least 100 grams of flour and 100 grams of water. So I got 101 grams, so that was pretty close. So I'm zeroing out my scale again, and I am adding spring water, 100 grams again. Go kind of slow with the water because if I go over with the water, I do have to add more flour. So I just grab a fork and I'm going to mix Blondie up. I mix pretty vigorously. I want to get everything, the water and flour, all mixed up with my starter. And when you're done, it should be kind of like a thick pancake consistency. Okay, so this is what it kind of looks like now, okay? All right, you wanna use a spatula. I love a curved spatula like this, and then just push down the sides to make sure that the sides are clean, because we do not want any kind of mold to form, okay? If there is leftover, I just kind of take a clean paper towel and wipe in there the best I can. And then I set my jar on top, and if it's staying on the counter, you just leave it like this somewhere that's warm away from the windows. And if not, you can put those clips on, pop her in the fridge, and you're good for a week. All right, good luck everyone. All right, so it has been about 6 hours since I fed Blondie, And this is how she's doing. Notice she has lots of bubbles. That's how you know that she is active and happily fed. She's doubled in size, and so that means that she is ready to bake with.